I just got my driver's license renewed, and in Tennessee, it's every 8 years, so that photo is kind of important. And I was nervous. Like, I went and got my haircut that day, which I know is ridiculous with this hair, but I was nervous about that photo because that's what's going to be with you for 8 years. So I go to the driver's license place in East Nashville. The woman said, "What are you here for?" I said, "To get my license renewed." She said, "Go to that kiosk." I go to the kiosk. I'm entering my information, and then out of nowhere, it's time for the photo. An oval pops up on the screen, and a countdown clock. And I just quickly put my face in there, and it's like 7, 6, 5. And when it gets to about 3, that woman comes up from behind me. She said, "Look up, look up." I'm like, "What? And she said, "Look up, you have to look up." And I think she just meant raise your chin a little bit so your eyes are in line. But I was afraid to move my head, so I just did like at the eye doctor, and I go. And then they snap my photo. That's my picture for the next 8 years. I have that on me right now if anybody wants to see it. We could pass it around the room. For the next 8 years, anytime I'm at the airport, anywhere I need to show my ID and prove it's me, I have to do this. Just so I know it's really me. I guess it's good when I get pulled over, though, because I'll be like, "What's the problem, officer?" Here's what always happens when I get an Uber. I always get racially profiled. Yeah, I do. Whenever the driver sees me, he always switches it to the radio to 70s light rock. Yep. I was just in Boston last weekend. I get in the car. It's a young black man driving. He sees me. He switches from hip-hop to 70s light rock. And I was mad about it. And I was going to complain. But then Sailing by Christopher Cross came on. And that's my jam. He was absolutely right. I used to drive for Uber. During the pandemic, when I lived in Nashville, I would drive for Uber. And that was tough. I didn't like it because sometimes I would drive for Uber before shows. And that was always my biggest fears, is that one night I'd be driving before a show and they'd be coming to that show. And we just ride together. We just both get out of the car. They'd be like, "Oh, you're coming to this show too?" I'm like, "I am on this show. I'm not doing well." Now, my biggest fear is I'll just get heckled one night by some drunk guy, and the comedy club would call him an Uber, and I'd have to drive my own heckler home. No, I did just go to the bank. I had rolled some pennies, and well, not just pennies. I'm doing pretty well. I got some nickels and dimes, even a few quarters in there. And I had like $168 in change. And I had not been inside a bank in a while, and the teller said, "Do you have your ID?" Funny enough, I did not. And she said, "Well, we need to see your ID to do the transaction." I said, "Well, no, I'm not trying to take money out. I'm trying to deposit money." She's like, "No, it's bank policy. We have to see your ID." I'm like, "Look, I have this money I want to give myself. I want you guys to hold it." And she's like, "Sir, it's bank policy." I said, "Okay, fine." I went home, I got my ID, I came back, I did this. But I said, if anyone ever comes in here claiming to be me and wants to give me money, is there something I could sign to let them do it? Because I'm okay with it. If it's a small Puerto Rican lady claiming to be Brian Bates, if she wants to give me money, pretend like it's Brian Bates, I'm fine with it.